Hey everyone, it's Alex here from Carnivore for Life. Today's video is Powerball Surprise. And the surprise is, it's not carnivore, it's going to be keto Powerball, or it could be ketovore Powerball, or Powerball with a twist. So we're going to have the usual suspects. We're going to have the salt. It's not Redmond's, it's Himalayan pink in disguise. 25% ground beef or beef mince. Medium eggs. I haven't decided how many I'm going to put in. My usual butter. But the twist is I'm going to add an onion because Shell is keto. I love cheese, so that's carnivore. And sausages, which are semi-carnivore. These are quite good, these ones from Aldi, or Aldi. I get told off for saying Aldi, it's Aldi. And these are 90% pork. Yeah, you can't see, well, this camera doesn't pick up the label very well, but it's 1.8 grams of carbs per sausage, 0.2 grams of sugars. So that's not too bad if you're going keto. Fiber's less than 1 gram. Good to read. So guys, as I say, it's not carnivore. Michelle's not carnivore, but I'm going to try some of this, but I'm going to make it for her mainly. The eggs are going to be scrambled and cut up, which I quite like. I used to drop the eggs in, but I've gone for scrambled eggs lately. Really nice flavour with lots of butter. Oh, one thing I missed out. I'm doing chorizo as well. I think that's how you say it, guys. If you're into your Spanish, it's chorizo or chorizo, as we say. I'm going to chop that up. Again, that's not strictly carnivore. The casing on this is edible. I used to love chorizo. I used to eat it all the time. I was a big Spanish fan. This one's against from Aldi. The only thing that's sort of like, well, one of the reasons why I don't eat it regularly, it's got so many ingredients, including smoked paprika, which is from the deadly nightshades family, isn't it? Main ingredients are pork, salt, pork fat. It's got dextrose, garlic paste, antioxidants. What else? Oregano, nutmeg powder. And it's got a natural pork casing. So overall, it's not too bad. It's not going to kill you. I didn't mean that literally. I don't think it's going to kill anybody, and I don't mean that literally. But let's try this in our keto Powerball. Right, guys, so let's go over the ingredients again. It's a keto Powerball. I haven't done one before. So we've got your beef mince, which is standard, your eggs, your Redmond salt. Actually, it's Himalayan salt in disguise. I'm going to put some grated cheddar on this one at the end, but I don't normally do that. I normally add butter to mix in with the fat, but as I say, the twist tonight is we've got sausages. We've got these Aldi sausages, which are 90% pork, and we've got the chorizo sausage. So, oh yeah, and also a white onion. So non-carnivore ingredients are the onion, the chorizo, and the pork sausages from Aldi. Okay, starting off with a dry pan, nice hot dry pan, hopefully. Should get a little bit of a sizzle in a minute, and no butter either, so I'm just going to cook these obviously in the own fat once it's rendered down slightly. Should get a little sizzle in a minute, so let them go for a couple of minutes. Yeah, fat's starting to get released now, so another minute or two, and then I'll probably add the onions, and they can cook in the same fat. Break up the actual onions. I haven't cooked onions for so long. It's really weird. So they'll obviously brown with the paprika and the fat. I think I'll be having some background music to this because I'm going to be setting the fan on in a minute. Oh, that might drown my voice out with a bit of luck. Right, just going to add a little bit of butter because I can. Now with that butter added, they're starting to smell like fairground onions. Remember that, guys? All that fairground onions you have with the hot dogs. Okay, guys, they're starting to go a little bit caramelised now. Just a reminder that this is not a carnivore recipe. It's a leaning towards carnivore, but it's one of my power bowls with a twist. So obviously if you're doing keto, or you're doing ketovore, or you're really just trying to keep the carbs down, you know, it doesn't have to be a carnivore diet. This would be ideal because I think the onions are quite low, and I know the chorizo is quite low as well, plus the pork sausages, which I'm going to add separately. They're going to be done in the air fryer. So I'm just going to decant these into a small saucepan, and then I'm going to do them in separately. Okay, so that's set aside, and I'm just going to warm up the pan again. Okay, it's just a nice sizzle on this one. So this is 25% mince, or 25% ground beef going in. No added fat or butter, this will just cook in its own fat. Right, if you'd have told me 2 years ago that I would be cooking 25% fat essentials mince from Aldi, I'd have thought you were insane. I would have done 5%, I'd have drained all the fat off that, I'd have been a good boy, doing as I'm told in terms of, you know, this is what you're supposed to eat, this is going to make you healthy, you know, cooking like this, you're going to have a heart attack, you're going to clog your arteries. Talk about flipping everything. Okay, so the pork sausage is on. You can probably hear the air fryer in the background. This is rendering down really nice, and I think what I'll do is I'll just put the chorizo sausage and the onions back in. Just add a little touch of butter just to soak up some of that fat. Smells amazing, even before I could put it all together. So just a reminder guys, this is a keto or a ketovore power bowl surprise or power bowl twist, whatever you want to call it. I won't be eating this regularly, I'm just doing this as a one-off, and maybe to show viewers and subscribers that, you know, if you want flexibility in your diet, that's entirely up to you. When I was doing the Lion diet in November, man, I just felt sensational. But you know, variety is the spice of life, and you know, as human beings we get indoctrinated, and I did miss coffee, bacon, butter, eggs, and I went back to it in December, but I will definitely be going back into Lion diet strictly. I don't think I'll be on Dr. Chafee. So I don't think I'll be following Dr. Chafee religiously in terms of doing the Lion diet, but I am definitely going to go back to it as we go through to early spring and into the summer. So let's put the chorizo and the onions back in. Looks good. Excuse my fingers. Oh, looks great. So I'm going to add a slight bit of pepper to this because I know Shell likes ground black pepper. That's soaking up the fat already. I think that's going to be really tasty. I think I've mentioned in a couple of my videos that the strictness of carnivore really does put a lot of people off. It didn't put me off at first because I got such fantastic results, but as I say, you know, we're all different, and as I've said before, variety is the spice of life, so there you are. So the main pan's off the heat, and I'm just going to do some scrambled eggs now. So I'm just going to go for 4 medium eggs. I've thrown some salt in already and some cold water. Just a couple of mils of cold water. That's how I've always done my eggs. So butter's in. I hope the air fry sound doesn't spoil this video, but I'm just going to do it anyway. So butter's melted, it's almost gone brown now. I'm going to throw the eggs in. And get stirred. So the ground beef, the chorizo and the onions and the butter are waiting patiently for this lot to get ready. So I'm going to do this handheld and stay with the left hand. Me and Shell like our scrambled eggs quite creamy. Excuse the shake. I think that's done. So I'm going to turn the heat off. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, hold on, swap over hands. Be a good idea, wouldn't it? Yeah, so that's all done. How easy is that? How quick? So I'll break that up into chunks and I'll add that to the chorito and the ground beef. Okay, so some pink Himalayan salts that's going to go in, and a couple of twists of black pepper. Another basic Aldi one. Okay. And guys, before the eggs go in, that smells and it looks great. Okay, so pork sausage is done. Just come out the air fryer. 15 minutes, no, 12 to 15 minutes, typically about on the 185 to brown them up. Just get them mixed in now. With the sound of a sizzle. Yeah, so they're all nice and hot. So the next thing is I'm going to put the chunks of egg in, then put the cheese over the top, put a lid on, let it melt. Yeah, multitasking. Okay, so you see there's quite big chunks, which is the way I prefer to go lately. I've seen Kerry Man do it this way, but he also used to just put tons and tons of scrambled egg, of the egg in and just scramble it. I like big fat chunks. I think one of my subscribers suggested this to me, so I can't remember who you are, but thanks anyway, guys. So yeah, so just load that on. Just a reminder, I'm using a carbon steel pan. It's my Dubois. It's not a product placement ad. It's just to say, guys, get yourself a really good cast iron pan or carbon steel. These are worth the investment. The only seasoning you've got obviously is your own natural seasoning. I think in the Chinese woks they call it the wok hei. It's basically organic seasoning and it just lasts you for life. That looks really good. So turn the heat down again. I'm just going to get that cheese. So basic Aldi cheese, nice and cheap, extra mature I think it's called. That goes on top, and I'll turn the heat off and just let that melt through. Oh, that looks great. I'm not actually hungry at the moment, so, and Shell's out at yoga, so I've just come in from swim teaching. Again, guys, let me emphasize, I would not have done this before Carnivore. I would have come home after 3 or 4 hours teaching, 85 degrees on poolside, absolutely shattered, and I would just sit there and grab a beer, put my feet up, watch the football on the telly, and feel sorry for myself. But as I say, in fact, one of my swimmers tonight, Joe, he's in his early 20s now, top competitive swimmer. I've taught him when he was about 10. He was a cheeky little monkey, but he said, Alex, that diet you're on looks great, mate. I said, how did you know? He goes, I've seen all your stuff on Facebook. So the social media is working as well, so I'm really pleased with that. Anyway, so rabbiting on. So that looks mixed in. I'll leave the cheese on the top, turn the heat off, and I'll just get a pan lid. Yeah, but Joe is like, he's super fit. He said he doesn't need to. Oh, but I know what we were talking about. We were talking about it doesn't probably suit. It's not as attractive to people in the 20s and 30s who haven't gone down the illness road yet. I mean, obviously, I know that's not everybody, but he agreed with me that it's, when I was his age, I certainly would have done this diet. I didn't need to, I don't think. And let me just move that down. I don't know what I don't know what his work background is, but he was very knowledgeable about nutrition. So it was great to have a chat with Joe. So I'm going to leave that to melt. I'm going to go and watch the Chelsea versus Newcastle game, I think. That's in the UK, obviously. I think Chelsea are winning 1-0, so I'll go and watch that. Right, heat's back up. Let's have a quick look at this. Oh, it's melting quite well. Let's see if I can mix that in. Yeah. Turn the heat off again. Yeah, that's great. So guys, that's my twist on the power bowl. It's not strictly carnivore. It's got chorito in it, chorito sausage. It's got pork sausage. It's got onions in, white onions. But I think it's going to be a resounding success. So if you want to try it, give it a go. Okay, so finish off. I've dug out one of my old tapas bowls out, which obviously I used to make tapas pre-carnivore. But yeah, we're going to celebrate that with some chorito sausage. So let's see if I can do this. Oh. The handle's really hot. So there we go. Try and get some of everything in it. Yeah. Plenty some more egg. Right. I'm not going to eat this at the moment. I'm just going to put it out to see what it looks like. A bit more fat on there. There we go. I said I wasn't hungry, but it tastes delicious. Oh yeah, guys, that really hits the spot. Well, I can definitely say I'm going to be carnivore for life, but if you ever feel like something that's more keto or ketovore, this is definitely something I'd go for. So, hopefully you've enjoyed the video, everybody, and please put your comments down below. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you're going to try it, or if you do try it, please add the comments. I love the comments, you know that. Tomorrow, I've got a special live stream. Put that down. Going to interview Kerry from Homestead How. I think we're going to do it as co-hosts, but the questions are going to be aimed towards Kerry, particularly on his Homestead How journey and his carnivore journey. He's obviously documented many times about his challenges with anxiety, depression, his mental state, and I'm going to try and dig deep into it. I'm sure it'll resonate with a lot of people. And you know, my depression issues, which I've documented, were nowhere near as bad as Kerry's, and I can really pinpoint what triggered mine and how I resolved it. But yeah, it should be a really interesting interview. You know, Kerry, he talks even more than me, and should be a really good chat. So guys, tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time. That's Tuesday, 12th of March. Okay, take care, everybody.